So databases. I think that this is just a massive topic with AI and everything that's going on in the world. What are you doing with your database? Here at Clubhouse RE, we have deployed a three-step process. Number one, it's the collection. It's making sure that we are gathering as much as we can in terms of names, addresses, all that contact information. We're gathering that. Having been in the business for 35 years, you can only imagine the size of the database that I've collected. And running and with all the sales and all the transactions I've been involved in, a tremendous database. Old leads, you name it, I've got a bunch. But then what do you do with it? Because most people, that just gets into a CRM and it sits there stagnant. And it doesn't really provide the fruits that you think it should. Most people are not generating the opportunities. Did you know that your database should produce 7% of your database should produce a transaction in the next 12 months? So if you have 1,000 people, that's 70 transactions out of your database. How many people are really getting that? But that's exactly what it should do and can do. And that's what it's going to do here at Clubhouse RE for our agents. So we've got the database. Then we put a database manager on there. That manager is scrubbing that database and creating what we call a live database. That live database is the most current information on that particular consumer. So you've got a consumer that just inherited their cousin's home in Nebraska. It's going to then record that new property that they own in Nebraska. They just updated their email address and went from Yahoo to Google, let's say. It's going to change the email address in the database. They got a second telephone number, cell phone. They canceled their home phone number, so that number goes away. It's going to remove it from your CRM. So we are managing that database live and real. So everything that's in your database is going to be as accurate as it can possibly be. If it's in public records and it's recorded, we are scrubbing every resource out there to make sure that the information is as real and as current as possible. But all that's going to do is create opportunity. Opportunity without the proper plan is wasted opportunity. Without action, it's wasted. So what do? Now we lay on top of that an AI assistant called Allie. Allie is going to manage and watch over that database. So as we update information, so I mentioned that you inherited your cousin's house in Nebraska. When Allie sees that you inherited that property, it's going to send out an email. Would you like to know what this property's worth? It's then maybe going to follow up. Have you considered selling the house in Nebraska? How about somebody who gets a home equity line of credit on their home here in Indiana where I live? So they pull out a line of credit for $300,000. Then they book a trip to Florida. They book an Airbnb to stay in a property in Florida for a month. Now we're going to communicate with them. Have you considered buying a second home in Florida? There's some great tax advantages to it. We're going to begin to feed them the information that they need. Best part about it is Allie can have as many conversations at one time as humanly possible. In other words, it doesn't matter how many people text, email, or call at one time. Allie can communicate with each and every one of them. The other thing is, when you think about your databases as agents, we typically lay out a 12-month plan. I mail this on this day, I mail this next month, I have calendars that go out this month, I've got football schedules, I've got 4th of July, I've got pumpkins going out in October or November, whatever, all of these various things. But guess what? In Allie's world, every single conversation is unique to the human that's responding to her. In other words, Allie can have, let's say you have 25,000 contacts in your database. Allie can have a conversation with each and every one of those people, and none of them are duplicated. The conversation with every single person on there is unique to them. It's amazing what Allie can do, because she's talking to every person at a personal level, providing them exactly what they want. The best part about it, She'll never miss a phone call. She answers every call that comes in. She never misses a text. And ultimately, always identifying herself as the Clubhouse RE team assistant, Allie will transfer that person when they say that they want to talk to a human and they're ready to transact in real estate. She will transfer them to a live realtor. It goes like this. At any point in time, if you want to be connected with a expert in your area, just let me know and I'll be happy to connect you. It always tells them this. So when they finally decide, yes, it's time, Allie's going to continue a conversation. She's going to break off. She's going to call the agent who best suits their needs. She's going to update them. Hi, Tim, this is Allie, your Clubhouse assistant, and I wanted to let you know that I've got Mr. and Mrs. Smith on here, and they have a property that they're ready to sell because they're downsizing to move in with their kids in Texas. So they're going to move from Indiana to Texas and live with their children. Would you like to accept this lead? They want to sell their house in Westfield. The agent says, yes, I'd like to accept it. It then merges them and says, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, meet Tim. Tim, meet Mr. and Mrs. Smith. And then Allie hangs up and goes away. It merges those two calls. So the handoff is seamless. The experience for the client is fabulous. And they all along the time, all along this journey, everything is personal to them, and they always have the ability to opt out or to connect live with one of our experts. At Clubhouse RE, we are implementing some of the most amazing tools. And if you'd like to learn more about that, reach out to me anytime. I'm Jimmy Doolin, team leader at Clubhouse RE, brokered by eXp Realty.